Bang! Coach Minzy. Best round here. Remember that.
All right, people, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for being here another day. Yeah, man, weekend. What is that? Weekend's triple treat. Yeah, and we are here to discuss the game between Jamaica and Haiti. Yeah, and we're expecting a tricky encounter. I don't think that the Reggae Boys will take Haiti lightly in this one coming up. So it's gonna be a tricky encounter. But at the end of the day, we're expecting victory. We're expecting the Reggae Boys to come out on top. Nonetheless, we're going to be playing in 80's home, but not necessarily in 80 because the game is going to be held in Trinidad. So it's not going to be like a home game for them, even though it's a home game. If you get what I'm saying. So uh, yeah, people. So that is it right now. Um, we also want to look on the last statistics of the game just to put some perspective in what transpired. Because a lot has been said. Oh, you again. All right, big up the people on Facebook. Thanks for tuning in. And all the persons that are in the chat currently, those who are watching, please ensure that you like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel so that you can, you know, always be informed with the latest in football and track on the field. All right. All right. So always everybody doing all the weekend are going so far. All the weekend are going so far. Big up the man them in the place. Rob Smith in the building. Never cover Shelly six aside. Yeah, man, we talk about it in our video. The last video I did on the channel was about Shelly six aside. Her retiring after Paris. Yeah. And the foundation, the work at the foundation. So obviously Rob Smith, they never watch the thing. Oh, God. I'm just here for all the Dunsman comments on how JFF plan to add the JPL players. Boy, you started, Rob Smith. You started. Big up yourself, Jason. S S Technic Skip. Big up yourself. Big up coach. No Bailey, no low to start the game. Latti right back. Karai and DJ in midfield. Actually, big up yourself. Actually, get quiet from what you now. What go on? Actually, now make those chilly and hot talks again in the comment section. Hey, Rob Smith, I want to do to actually. You know, so hot again. Cool, just stop for a moment. Like you got $1 million idea. Share it, no boss. Yo, Rob Smith, me I tell you. something come to me for real, you know. Yeah, pray the thing, you know. And something when me say me I decide for say something, but me nah bother. Mm. Motivate and I building. Weekend vaga vaga. What that mean? Hopefully the weekend can done with the Reggae Boys. Gunners boss, big up yourself, you know. Georgia is still number one with a win over Vandy as Alabama continues to gain strength. No, sir. Just watch a house burn down. John Paul, big up yourself. Chilling and go on with that thing. I need one of them pepper there when nearly burn down the house. Yeah, man, chili fall off, man. A chili fall off. Broke like buckle. And them say broke like what? Church mouse. Just wait, coach. The man, them soon show up. Them can't read clock. Jason Guna, big up yourself. Fury beat KSI. Paul fight ends in a brawl. Chili soon start behave himself, so him cool now. Oh, Chili, I'm son start behave and do well in a school. Okay. Okay. Yes, Rob Smith, that is true. Drew Fortis, big up yourself. Me have to stay quiet more while. Triple E, big up yourself. Hey, you don't know what's that's a Gunners boss there, man. He always come with some American sport. If I believe that he's bold enough, I can't tell if a man is bold, brother. Him have to do it, then me say him bold or him not bold. I can't predict a man boldness. You see me I say Eagle Republic. Yeah, man. So I can't predict that. Can't predict that at all. Man, soon start talk about curling and snooking. Change that game did that, you know. 19-year-old, it a nice free kick to win the game. Man soon start to Trinidad close to Jamaica. Oh, so Trinidad not close to Jamaica, man. Remember, so all time I come play ball, you know. The boss I come play ball for Mount Pleasant. You see Whitmore and the Mount Pleasant ball, them a vibe the other day, you know. Yeah, man, then, like them I enjoy them off season. Cause you know the season soon start. Coach Whitmore, you know. Big up to Tapa, the boss, you know. Hey, remember one time me used to be Tapa cousin, you know. Remember them days there? Yeah, man, Alex said me a Tapa cousin, man. Jason full I name them too, you know. You know what going for Jason. Jason love chew on name, you know. In the Wrath of Khan, I mean Butler. Let me tell you this. Sometimes coaches have to make some bold decision, you know. And sometimes as coaches you make some predicted and soft decision. Here we go on now. I have a game in the week, see? And a youth. Him supposed to play me central. Him on the box to box, see? him start vacate the position and gone on the wing. And when I call him back and say, yo, you can't dip on the wing. You're supposed to in at the middle of the park. Him at the youth tell me, say, yo, people in at the middle of the park already. I mean, I say, people in the middle of the park, but they are not your teammates. One man left in the middle. So they are overpowering us in the middle of the park. Man, you would start give me some talk. I say, yo, people in there. So I say, all right, next ball go out, him get a shot, boom. Kick off for the goal and miss, which should have been a sitter. And I subbed him out of the game, people. Mm-hmm. But I know because of the shot to him take me sub him. Because him now follow the instruction. So sometimes as coaches, you have to take some bold decision and decide, say, yo, even though you're one of your better players, something got to give. Because at the end of the day, you want a team fair play, discipline. And yeah, man, me take him out of the game, man. Put in a one in a game where people might see it like not the best. Not that technically sound, but you see, in the middle of the park, him break up all of the players, him disrupt everything that the other team had to offer. And we end up winning the game 1-0. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you have to make a bold decision. So I don't know. And sometimes even in that, the spur of the moment, you might not make that bold decision and it work. Or you make a bold decision and it also works. So it sometimes depending on what is happening in the game. You get what I say? Because in the spur of the moment, when you watch the game, you might not be seeing everything. That's why them have the video analyst. So them can show back and see where things go wrong, areas of the field that we weren't covering. You get what I say? So yeah, man, I saw me stay in a Jason, man. Ease up in a man. So I don't know if Coach Grimoire like me. Each his own. He's a different coach. Mm-hmm. So in terms of Leon Bailey and Damian Lowe now, I don't know what the talks would be. I don't know what the instruction will be. I don't know what the situation they would have been through in terms of scouting report again on Haiti, what they want to achieve in this game situation. So it depending on what they want to achieve. You get what I say? So that is all up to Grim. Me, I manage my team, me do my thing. You see me? Yeah, man. Rob Smith, we had talks, man. My player they have their socks, man. We not come play without socks, man. And if a man don't have any socks, he can't play. You see me, I say? Rob Smith, nobody come question me upon a live, Me a YouTube, me I don't know. Me a vlogger now. Or content creator. Leave that alone. Coach, I'm giving a shout out to Romario Williams, who has come in and already has a goal and 2 assists. He's made very good impact and it's almost going unnoticed. Hey, say, me one of them would that say, yo, where Romario Williams come from? Oh, in getting 19. I was saying that. And if you see him doing what he's doing, trust me. Me have to say, yo, Romario, big up yourself. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. What is your lineup tomorrow? Right now, even if me put up my lineup, Icarix, we'll delve into that in a car. We're gonna do the preview. But even if me put my lineup, it's different from what probably different from what the coach I gonna do. You see me I say? I would rather lose with players who show discipline than a player who disrupts the team chemistry. Yeah, man. And you know, say at the end of the game, the youth come apologize and say, yeah, nah, do it again, coach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you show who in charge. You don't want that happen again. Mm-hmm. Bailey is not fully fit. That's why he's unlikely to start. Like the video. Dwight Spence, big up yourself, you know. Yeah, that a true Rob Smith. And big up to Duckland for highlight that. But that's why we did all go through the statistics of the game. But guess what, people? All know me can't pull it up in a car. Guess what? Me can't remember the thing. Okay, that's something enough to pull up tonight. Kevin Williams, big up yourself. Unseen never find it. Romario play collective football. Williams has been a target for his team, coach. Yeah, me know that Drew Fortis, but when him get in that team, he wasn't on the radar and him just drop. That me did that but me never say him never supposed to in the team. Me did I wonder where him come from. Remember, so the last time he was in the team was in the Mexico game, And then boom, him just show up. So that me did I refer to. Joel Smith, big up yourself. Williams have played for Jamaica since 2017. Williams play in under 17 World Cup. All right, here. So Rob Smith are going to history there. Goalkeeper, Blake, defender, Dexter Ectorley. For tomorrow, I would start Blake, Low, Ectorley, Lembikisa, Latibody, DJ, Bobby Reed, Antonio Boza. Ecorix people, they're not gonna agree with you with that in the car. Man, I say Low, Bailey, not for start. And you take out Low. You take out Bailey, but you not take out Low. All right, do it. Me see you put out a team. True, Williams play well in the last two games. Yeah, man. That's true, Robson. The fans have their agenda for certain players, so they only look at performance. Then, so I saw it go do clan. So I saw it go long time. Some people are selective in who they highlight. Because look on when the man them are saying at the comment section. If me would have played Bailey and Low. Bailey and Low. I know Bailey and Low alone make up the team. You see me I say? Me don't know. I don't know, Jason. The last time I checked them, they pass 6. Them probably pass that are still remain. He's now settled on and off the field. He got back on the radar because of his performance for his club. Jamaica still all the way. I looked in the column and I see 4L and 1 draw for the last 5 games. Whose last 5 games, Jason? Yeah, that's the question. Will Demar Gray score again? Flemings. As we did that say last night, we see Bailey heavily strapped, around his knee. So he might have a knot there. As it stands right now, if Trinidad wins the next game, they would get Costa Rica and Jamaica with Canada. I do not fancy a return game in Canada for the boys. I keep remembering World Cup qualifiers. Mm. Hector is definitely starting tomorrow. He see him perch beside the coach like a bird. Yeah, man, Hector no go on, but Hector no go on, but some people did not say, Duckland, what the purpose of recalling Hector? And say the man, Hector has been as, hey, Hector joined the team when him about 23, 22, you know. You see me I say? So Hector has been a long serving member of the Jamaica football. Himself and Mario, I think they were in the same time. You see me I say? I would have something in here, man. Rap Smith, I can't be myself. Rap Smith, yeah, Jason. I can't be myself. Man, saying 4 else. Coach Meeks, what go on? I'm telling you this about coaching, man. You win game and you lose game, man. Look on Pep Guardiola. Hmm? That's so the thing set, you know. You see me I say? So the thing set. So them thing they happen in a football game. So unseen and something I go through them patch, you know. And if a patch a grey or what, but them I go through them patch. Big coach Meeks and unseen I go through them patch though. Alright, I could put up the statistics now and we see what go on. Someone like Romario. Rum. So based on these stats, Romario Williams would have been man of the match for the reggae boys and the reggae toys again. So Boza would have a 7.1, so not a bad game. Um Romario Williams was the best player on the park for Jamaica and the best player on the park overall. So look for the stats for Grenada ball of them. 6.3, 6.1, 5.8, 6.7, 7.1, 7.1, 7.3, 6.7, 6.7, 7.3. And at this team where the people them attack say ball the reggae boys and run rings round with. Look on them the statistics there. Look on the reggae boys stats them. A lot of players had 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much of them have 7? 1, 2, 3 of them. 4. Eh? Come on, man. The worst player was Joel. 6.4. Bobby had a good game. Bernard had a good game. I would remove Bernard and Hector out of the middle this you know. Where should the low go on with you know? Wanna tell me how Gray go on over the right back the people. Cause we are search for a right back position, you know. Oh Gray go on him better than Brown. It look like a weak side for Jamaica, you know, because most of the attack come down that side too. Mm. Most of the attack come down that side too. You understand? So Romario Williams go on with a bag of things. So he played 65 minutes, 1 goal, assist 1, 3 shots on target, 1 shot off target. Dribbles 2, but 1 was successful. 27 touches. 13 out of 14 passes. Yeah. So 93% accuracy. Key pass 1, I guess at the assist at long balls, 2 from 2. Ground duels 1, 3 from 6 at a 50%. Aerial duels 2 from 1, that 50% again. He lost possession 3 times. Fouls 2, was fouled 1, clearance 1, interception 1, tackles 1. So Romario had a very, very good game. And he got that um 8.5. And as Duckland say, you know, people no rate where the youth go on with, you know. Because I know we favorite. We not gonna hear them talk about it. But truth and in fact, the youth play good. Yeah, man. Truth and in fact, the youth play good. And a strong performance this from Romario. Strong performance. And again, we're gonna say it is a weak team, but that is where you're going to showcase whatever. Play against a weak team, you do well against a weak team. Mm-hmm. So who else you want to do it against? Mm? Who else you want to do it against? So it was a good performance there. Herman Willis, big up yourself. He was the best attacker on the park. Best player on the park, Rob Smith. Yeah, the right the flank players, yeah. The 2 wing backs never had such a good game. But me no hear nobody talk about them. Me no hear nobody talk about them, you know. Me no hear no talk about them. All me I hear about a Bailey. All me I hear about a Shamar. Last night that we hear about when we attack, we not hear about the ball of them were going with things. Bobby Reed played a good game. He captained the team, and I think he did well. Bobby Reed is one of them that has been playing a long time for the Reggae Boyz as well. I believe again, I am going to say it. Joel lack creativity. Even if he might disrupt the play, even if he might the holding midfielder sit in front of the defense, I still believe that we need someone with a little bit more creativity. He's a hard tackler, tough tackler. But me believe defensive midfielder supposed to be able to help out in attack as you help out in the defensive side of things. Because when you break up the ball, the play, you can't throw a ball over the top You can't throw the ball through the middle. You can't throw the diagonal ball. No, sir. Me no subscribe to that. So them thing they need for look one. Joel, Kevin Lambert have an average game. Demar Gray did well. Alright, make a look on Bobby Reed because Bobby Reed go on with a lot of things. 90 minutes, 1 goal, no assist, 40 touches. Big thing that from Bobby. So he was clearly involved in the game. 74%, 2 key passes, crosses 2, none no connect, long balls 7-4 connect. Big chances created 1, shots on target 1, shots off target 1, dribble attempt, him win that ground duel 3 from 7. Aerial duel, him never involved in anything, but him lose the possession of the ball 13 times. That is still unacceptable. It's a 90-minute game. I don't like to see when you lose possession like double digits. I don't like to see that. Seeing? Foul committed 2, clearance 1, 2 tackles. So a good game there from Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed played well. Yeah, man. So Bobby Reed, he's also one of the persons that have always been getting a lot of backlash. That he's not doing well. You get what I say? So for him to come and continuously come and play the game amidst the criticism and still a fight, still a push, it is a good look. So big up to Bobby Reed, the standing captain for that game. We look forward to see these players, go forward. So remember, we always talk about it. I guess the people I'm tired of the right back situation because last night we talked about the game and we never hear nobody mention the right back position, which we think is one of our Achilles heel. Yeah. And we don't hear nobody talk about that. But people are talking about Bailey. Bailey. Yo, Bailey ears must have sing. We need some more work on the right. Who seem injury prone, Dre Fortis? But Rob Smith, they would not say no more USL ball in our team. So we get a USL ball I get man of the match. Hmm? No understand. With the English rejects them. Yeah, man, Romario going with a bag of things, man. No, Demari never play bad. Based on the stats, that's Rob Smith. Demari never play bad, I think even though Demari has been scoring, for me though, Rob Smith, for me, I believe Demari Gray is this sort of player that switch on and switch off. Him come like the switch where we turn on the light. You get what I say? It's like he's not consistently involved in the game. That is gonna be difficult, but he like him playing spurts. Like for a few moments, it does seem, oh, them already there in the game. I think Bobby Reed have that a little bit as well. That's the only problem I have with Gray so far, to be honest. But he had a good game, man. Or yeah, me not see no problem with Gray's game. To date yet, Rob Smith, him up on fire, assist, goal contribution more than games that the man play, Bridget. So when him score, when him assist, when you tally that, his goal contribution is great, conversion rate is great. Pick up to them, alright, great. Do you believe Jamal Wade can challenge Andre Blake for a starting spot? Personally, I don't recall Wade having a bad game in a Jamaican shirt. We talked about that last night in a Eagle Republic. But can we remember Andre Blake having a bad game for Jamaica too? I don't recall that. I don't recall Andre Blake having a bad game for Jamaica either. So you have the number one goalkeeper who happens to be the captain. I mean, nothing is wrong if his position is being challenged, but I think the goalkeeping department is one of those departments that we don't really need to have too much conversations about, because right now anybody we put between the sticks, good to go. Right now, anybody we put there is good to go. So I am not even in that conversation of him being challenged. Because even if he is being challenged, nothing is wrong with that. It's a good look for the team, knowing that we have highly proficient and efficient goalkeepers. Nothing is wrong with that. Then me not tell you, man. Bobby is consistent. I don't think so, doing Rob Smith. It's like Bobby's shut off sometime, man. That's my opinion on me, Sipon Bobby. Well, I go on Rich Poe in the building. Mr. Rich Poe asks one question and we up saying about the gun. Oh, Sita, I am in shock and seventh event. I'll explain further if I hit that link. Meanwhile, can you heal up my younger brother, Roger, on his recent birthday? He brought me one piece of tasty bun tonight. Big up to Roger, you know. Big up on your earth strong, Roger. Bless up yourself. Rich Pooh, brother. Mm-hmm. Hold on there. What me miss? Negative 6 goal difference. I am on course to create a record CD. Me not understand that, Rich Pooh. Anyways, Lambo was poor. The right backs were poor. Yeah, even the statistics are show it. And sometimes you know have the statistics that match up with all the players in play. Lambert was poor. Gray was really poor in this, but get fit soon. So now ease up Gray and now ease up Javian Brown when him play. Come on, man. I say, Karai play like him a 40. Hold on. Jason, nah stop 40. Nah stop 40 till 140. Oh, yeah. Mine, they are true subliminal. You know? And what people don't realize, Lati gets caught out of position. Yes, Drew 40. Hey, yeah, watch a game. You see that too. Yeah, man. Yes. Lati run, and get caught out of position. Him now play that defensive midfield position well. And even if him play box to box, him box himself out of position. We need to watch the game more. Yes, Duckland. Yes, Duckland. Is it me or it seems Bobby always show up in Nation League? Mm-hmm. Hector, good Bernard coverage. But I would keep Bernard and Hector for the next game, you know. Bobby is an attacker, so he's going to lose the ball. Most time he's making the final passes. It's a good job that my emotional well-being cored upon a higher level. Wasn't it Joel who played the brilliant long ball over the top to set up Bobby? You sure it was? You sure it was Joel? Javian strength them have a barely play right back coach. 13 possession loss out of 40 touches for an attacker is not that bad. No, bad but for me, it don't matter who, me no likes when it figures in double. 9, 8. Mm. That is just me. So if it is not bad, no problem. But for me, I don't like to see it at the double figure. Bernard and Hector great in that game. Wicked man burp. Oh, go on. Are you make a chili kind of silent? A long time we don't see around here, you know. Ferrell does. Big up yourself. He gets double teamed a lot. Yep. First half, he lost the ball a lot. He goes missing for big chunks of the game, but he makes one big play that saves his night. That's how Bobby Reed or Demarai Gray, Rob Smith. Coach, I think that's because of the non-existent midfield creativity. But it last round of Nations League game we're playing, you know. Me get a whole pa beating for say the team lack creativity in Migley, you know. And remember that? So now man I say because of the existent midfield creativity, non-existent midfield creativity, Ziggy man. Me not understand. And when me said that the last time, I get beaten. Public enemy number one, what go on? Yeah, man. That a true silly one. Wait is not ready. He still need to work on his positioning. Who that the great Travis? No man, Travis not great man. Travis a public enemy. Yes, if I tell you, his second comment he make a war, my war, you know, no could have off and puff Blake Jamaica number one. You haters can't get him out. Now, Travis, why would someone making a rational point in terms of comparison be trying to get? It's a situation where they might try to get the man out. Hmm? You have a chill, you know, Travis. That's why you're a public enemy, you know. You know that. Cause you just come in and start fling stone. You don't know who did it. You don't know who in a place. You just start fling stone. Hmm? I'm a Blakey fan, but as Panama game was poor, but the man have 60 caps, so one bad game allowed the game in. No, sir, that wasn't a bad game from the goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper caused them something the Rob Smith. Nah, say, I have never seen Blake play a bad game for Jamaica. Where him out of position and him cause the goal them his ball slip through him foot, him hand. Nah, sir. We have better when it starts because Andre always passes to Damian Low, which means long ball after long ball. Then that Mr. Rob Smith, remember me said that, you know. So I wanna go like say Rob Smith, I wanna go like say that Mr. About Gray. Gray's phenomenal, but he go missing in a game like he switch off. Now that me say, like him playing spurts, like he come like a light switch. Now that me did say. I wanna go like so I wanna discover that. Hmm. Tell him again, wicked man. Blake used to put defense under pressure, but him improved from weight come. Are the goalkeeper coach. What we notice on various YouTube platforms that fans on here have selective reasoning for players who them rate. Then that Travis, you're just a forward in that way. That's a long time, you know. Yeah, Rob Smith did not say that. I know Grace, Alice. Alice Eagle Republic, Alice Crab. Yo, maybe if we just stop use MLS right box. Well, that was unexpected. Javi and Damian, Andre, Leon, Shamar, all Jamaican born, get the most disrespect on various YouTube platforms. Mm. Javan Francis, non-stop party. Aouni and Javan Francis. Javan Francis is a sprinter and a boss. Joe Fatis. Yeah, mix him up with Lower Bailey Blake will play versus 80. So I'm sorry for the haters. Coach, I just watched a replay of the TNT versus Jamaica game in the Gold Cup. It was Joel with the assist on the Bailey goal. Okay. Well, even if that is the case, it's not consistent. Chevy Spencer, you know what I mean. Bernard played the ball to Bobby. Grab the man, stick up the dance, brother. Man drop. It was DJ. Bernard give away the goal versus Grenada and all up his hands called for 8 offside. So what that have to do with the Rice? Look what Low doing at the game against 80. I wouldn't pull up this defense. I mean I have nothing against Damian Low. But me wouldn't change the defensive to here. Coach, big up. Johnson should start as our deep line midfielder. You mean attacking midfielder? Box to box. Me there, man, coach. I'm mostly the rewatch. Me have to keep up. No, when people super busy, you know, super cash. Rab Smith, man, drop some knowledge and cut. Andre Blake saved us from listing the 80 game. listing or losing the 80 game. Jerome Wade, I'm actively hot this season. That the man see a picture and have to tell somebody. Wade in goal, 2-2 versus Mexico. 1-0 versus Honduras. Blake in goal, 3-0 versus Mexico. 2-2 versus Haiti. Yeah, man. Miss C say, go on, Missy, man. Yeah, man. Travis a wild shooter, man. He just come in a chat and just start fling. Hey. Travis, wait a second, me I try me I fight you. Oh, me fi a fight and I big you up and say you're public enemy number one. Every time you come in and chat, me make sure people know say you're there, you know. And you a fight me. Me not try take a fun in a brother. AC me I use it up. Travis, me not try take your fun them, brother. AC me I use. Once me a fight him. Big up myself, Travis. Yeah, sample man. Can we defend when we use 2 ball carriers? We will lose playing good football. Mm-hmm. All right, Devon Porter said Blake, Lowe, Bernard, Lay, Latti, Hector, Johnson, Reed, Bailey, and Tony. That's your starting lineup, Coach Devon. So you put Hector. You put Hector in our midfield with Latti. Look like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Coach Devon, you missed some of them, man. At 10, how you get red card? Who Coach Devon get red card? This is a 10 man Coach Devon starting team with. You get someone. I know Travis. That's why CD says you're public anyway. Brain Drain, I see you go out with some stuff today. Our Brain Drain go out with. Our Brain Drain go out. Big up yourself, Rich Po.
Big up yourself, CD. What a go on?
Enough things are going. Life are going. We side I got in and out, so we are thankful for that, you know.
Amen. Amen. CD.
And we no cool.
Emotional well-being, depend on level vibes.
Yeah, man. We EQ up, man.
CD, you are speaking tonight.
We don't know.
Well,
so
I'm
other
gonna give
night me I do. Yeah, other night so me I do back.
I'd like to have a word with you off camera because this could be record-breaking territory that you're on. Maybe it's because it was my brother Raja's birthday recently. Maybe it's because Jamaica have just qualified. Viewers and subscribers, can you hear me? Can you hear me from London, England? Qualified. Yeah. qualified to take on the big hitters in the CONCACAF push for Copa America 2024. But CD, from yesterday, last night, I was listening to you. Big up yourself, Cataract. Big up yourself, Cronky, Brian Myton, viewers and subscribers, Rob Smith, a special shout out to you, and Travis. Big up yourself. CD, you have been speaking a bag of sense consistently for near on 2 nights. I salute you. I don't think there's a yellow card in sight tonight. You have been consistent. No, for you, sir. Well, for me as well, because I'm not going to disagree with virtually anything you've said so far. I salute you. You have been the voice of reason, a cool, calm host customer, balancing things. I tell you what, you would be not out of place in a negotiated peace treaty party in the Israeli-Palestinian Hamas situation. You are coming across with a balanced piece of vibe, and this can all goes well for Sweet, Jam Down, and the Reggae Boys under coach Jaime Hallgrimsson. Big up yourself, CD. You done a little bit of green your teeth, king teeth business, but I'll give you latitude with that. You've had cause to king your teeth.
Let me tell her this. Nobody can stop me from kin my teeth. Them. Me skin my teeth when me want skin my teeth. And it is not skin teeth. It is called exercising my facial muscles.
Lord of mercy.
My temporalis and all of these muscles that are placed in my face. So don't get it twisted. Don't let the laugh and the smile fool you. Is the man say. But anyways, go on with your talk.
Well, CD, let me tell you where I'm coming from. And by the way, let me have a quick big up to Raja. Hello. Hey, CD.
Oh, that pudding.
Use and subscribe. Yeah, man. A piece of bun, courtesy of my lovely brother Raja. Big up yourself. One love, Raja. One love, Raja. It's been cut up by my darling wife who is sleeping. I hope she don't bring a spike heel to me tonight. But she was very happy and she set things in motion. It was meant to be for me and the family. She took things over, controlled it, bagged half of it, put it in the freezer, and said that she's controlling it. I'm watching my weight, so it's no problem. I'm going to just take my time. I've had 2 slices with a piece of cheese and a little butter, and I mean that. Big up yourself, Raja. One love. Thank you for the bun. Thank you very much. And Raja, you got some sense and some style. Your darling wife took you along with the family to a lovely Brazilian restaurant. A lovely Brazilian restaurant with some prime choice pieces of meats. Plural.
Anyways, Rich Pooh, you got too long with that. With our football we are talking about today.
Oh, yes.
I can tell you about Raja and a bun right now. Big up Raja and him birthday, but that time they passed. The ad session passed. A 30 second you get for ad and you're gone over a 30 second. So anyway, you go over it again, you have to pay for the ads. Go on.
Are you that?
Yeah, man.
Yesterday, tonight, and going on tomorrow, coming into the Haiti clash next week. Coach Jaime Hallgrimsson's coaching style, man management abilities are under the spotlight. I made mention of this on Rich Post Sports. Big up yourself, all subscribers, viewers and sharers. His management skills are under the spotlight. I'm trusting the process, i.e. him, and his ability to get this group of players, whoever he chooses, to get them playing an effective quality kind of ball, given the materials that he's got at his disposal. The midfield, as Cronky has said, and numerous other people have made mention, it's an issue. It's a challenge, but it is what it is. Coach Jaime will have to, one, identify, which I'm sure he must do. But let's see how he deals with it. We can't have a midfield that looks like it's missing in action. We can't have a midfield that is not functioning effectively and engaging in a ping pong business. No, we can't have that. But Coach Jaime must see this, and it's his job. He's paid the big quote unquote bucks to get the job done. I'm looking forward to him continuing.
Who get paid big bucks?
Lord of mercy, you know, Mr. Tricky, you know, Mr. Beat. Coach Jaime Helgrimson, the Reggae Boyz coach.
Don't say that, man, body here.
Oh, God.
Man, JFF are paying a big bucks. Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Continue.
Allegedly, supposedly. All right. But Coach Jaime, we as the armchair managers out there, Rob Smith, Travis, Duckland, you, me, we can say who we think should start, who could start, who not start. No problem. We're entitled to that. That's why I'm bigging you up. You are fully aware that the football space is full of people with various opinions, and we have to respect that. That's part of the passion and part of the beauty of the game of football. But Jaime is doing a pretty good job as far as I'm concerned. Like, of course, the style, as you made mention too, is not necessarily what we'd like. But again, back to that midfield. Listen, Brazil draw 1-1. Viewers and subscribers, I'm sure you know about this. Well, I'm sure you do. Brazil draw 1-1 with Venezuela. 70% possession. And yet, looking at the extended highlights, Brazil were huffing and puffing. Creative midfield consisted of Neymar Jr. pulling the strings, but not being ultra effective, but good enough to look good compared to what was on show. In that midfield, Casemiro, Bruno Gomes, Man United and Newcastle players, they know how to hold a midfield together. 70% possession. And yet, they were struggling to create clear-cut chances against a limited, defensive-minded Venezuelan team. So when I'm talking about the midfield area, I know what I'm talking about. They missed a Lucas Paqueta. He'll be back.
Boss, man, stop talking about Brazil, man. Reggae Boyz we're talking about, man.
I'm linking Reggae Boyz to... Hey, wait, CD.
Richard.
Your standards are slip a little bit, CD. Was that Coach Porter? Was that the voice of Coach Porter?
No, man, my standard never...
What kind of shirt that you have there?
That's why I'm talking about Brazil, man.
Hey, Richard.
Coach Porter, I'm looking forward to Brazil meeting the Reggae Boyz. Samba meeting reggae, sweet reggae vibes. We must dare to dream. But Coach Porter, I'm glad that you've just entered the fray, and I know that you're a man for all seasons, as is Coach.
Let me give you
Minzy.
A little bit of history.
Come in, sir. The floor is yours, King.
1997.
Go ahead.
Orange Bowl, Miami. I was there to witness that. With a 0-0 draw when Juna Bayana, when Theodore Tapper Whitmore dismissed Juna Bayano in Jamaica style, they said, dash him away. Not even. Not the way him dash him away, nobody couldn't find him. The next thing, broke his nose. Here is the thing.
I remember it. I was in Jamaica when it happened.
The coach know what he's doing.
Speak.
You know, Jamaicans need to be very patient with the progress that we're making.
Coach Porter, can you say that again? Wheel and come again. Can you please repeat that specific sentence and word?
Jamaicans need to be patient.
Jamaicans will never be patient.
Never say never.
Well, I know how the Jamaican people thinks, but they need to be patient. It's a work in progress, and you can see that we're getting better. Now we might not have the ideal midfield that people want, but I think this coach like a little bit of steel, a little bit of toughness in the middle of the park, with a little creativity, somebody who can get the ball forward to the strikers. Now, coach, I name a team, but I forget to drop Gray in, but I think I make an adjustment, and I saw you now put it up.
Yeah, man.
Yes, all right. Now, I heard people talking about Damian Lowe.
Mm.
Damian Lowe was rested for the Haiti game. Everybody, I mean, common sense. You don't want Damian Lowe to pick up a card or anything going into the Haiti game because then there is quarterfinals, there is semifinals, and there are finals. If we get that far. But here is the thing: looking at the team now, I I think the team is coming together. Yes, people underestimate Grenada, but if you look at the Grenada team, a bunch of English-based players were there. Yes, they might be playing in lower leagues, but they were developed at top-level clubs. Have to remember that. Um, the midfielder, what's his name? I think it's three brothers of them. One plays in Belgium for Cassiopen. He's a quality player. And people think that we should walk over Grenada 6-0. It's not gonna happen. 4-1, I think it's a respectable score going into the final game. We need to top the group. And if we top the group, who do we play? Costa Rica?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I prefer to play Costa Rica than to play Canada November 20th. It's very cold right now. It's getting cold. And God, He knows where Canada is going to take that match. Maybe not in Toronto. Maybe Edmonton, which is 2 times colder than Toronto. So I prefer to play a Costa Rica than play in Canada right now. Even though I would love to see the game, but I think the cold going to be a factor. Now, all we need to do is get a draw against Haiti and we top the group, which I think we're going to win that game because it's not playing in Haiti. It's not playing at their neighbors, Dominican Republic. It's playing in Trinidad. And we're going to have a bunch of Jamaican fans in Trinidad because a bunch of Jamaicans live there. So I think the team is fine. People just need to just settle and watch the team play. I know Jamaicans love the flair, the step over and you dash your people and your salad people. Football don't play like that anymore.
But yeah, that
Football
just like
plays
football
direct.
kind of change. Yeah, football
Football
changing in
plays
that realm.
direct. It makes no sense. You do 7 plot over the ball and the ball doesn't move from point A to point B. What sense does that make?
And not if the great Brazilians them a do that. Yeah,
N-
yeah, a last
And
skillful player come out of Brazil and Neymar
yeah, and if you look at this is the reason
in
why
terms of
Brazil
flair.
football is like this now. They're making adjustment by playing more direct. So instead of the skillful flair players, you have players that has a little bit more pace and some technicality behind it. But the ball has to move. That's the only way you're going to break back lines to get behind defenders and score.
But our team doing that?
Here, there are certain things that I'm seeing in the team, but I don't want to say anything regarding that. I'm just trusting the process and trust the coach. I mean,
No. But
very intelligent.
Coach Devon, what you have to understand still enough. And me, I am quite okay with what you're saying, and I'm
Hmm.
certain other people's opinion might be the same as yours.
Hmm.
The fact is that the fans will always be the fans. The fans are gonna find something to talk about. Some of them probably don't know the intricacies of football, but YouTube is a space now that people come express themselves. So in the past, we used to sit down, watch football by yourself, or a few two brethren or somebody in your household. And then when you meet up at a certain place, you have the whole discussion about the football. And people are get load. People are say, yo, yeah, idiot. People say that man, they don't do nothing. So the same thing with YouTube. That is what YouTube brings. So you gotta have a section of the fan base that will be chanting that the coach need to do this, the coach need to do that. There's no creativity. There's no that. And of course, I've seen some aspect of the game that needs to be lifted. And I've seen when you go into a next game, it might change, it might get a little bit better. But there's then another aspect that you have to talk about. And that is sports. That is our sport. There's never a time you're gonna get a perfect game of football.
Consensus.
And that's the reason.
Even when we look on Barcelona in their A game, Puyol was a rash man in the defense for
I said that the other day to somebody. Yeah.
I remember Barcelona was fleeing their attack, midfield perfect. But because of how they were doing in those departments, people never stopped to look at the defense and see how frail the defense was. But because they were outplaying these teams, they never, no other team really get an opportunity to exploit their defense. So there's no matter how super your team is, you're going to have all of these aspects. But you have to understand from the fans' point of view, even though I'm not supposed to buy foolishness with them talk, but that I go in the conversation too, foolishness. But you get them thing there in a football discussion. You get them thing there in any sports discussion.
And that's the reason why I say, it's a work in progress.
Right. So when we come and say fans them for easy, at that time they might get vexed. Man, no one hear that. They get what I say? We win 4-1, and people still attack different thing. That's the nature of sports and football.
Here's one thing that I would like to see with the team. Whenever we get into the final third, we need to see more people around the ball to create numbers. And in creating numbers, we can move the ball better. 6, 7 people around the box, inside the box, so we make the opponent uncomfortable. Instead of 2 people or 3 people up there, we need numbers in and around the box. Bailey gets in there, Antonio gets in there, Gray sits outside a little bit, Latibodier, Johnson, whosoever. You understand what I'm saying? So when that ball comes back out, if you have a clear-cut shot, then you can take it. If not, you go wide or just put it over the top again. Make them uncomfortable. But I'm not seeing that from the players, and that has nothing to do with the coach, because he's not on the field of playing.
No,
the players have to know. No. The player has to know when to do that. It's like gambling. You know when to hold, when to fall, when to walk away.
I am not a gambler, but at this point in time, Coach Devon, it is not the coach's fault, yes, but this is where re-emphasizing his points and have signals on the sideline where players can understand that, hey, get back in position. Hey,
and here's the thing.
2, 3,
here's the thing.
Whatever.
We can't say he's not doing that because we are not present there.
Yeah, but sometimes he's not. He's just leaning up on the bench. He's just sitting, probably making notes. You have people have different ways, but
different ways of coaching, different coaching style.
But I cannot for one. Me a coach, Devon. You a coach. Have you ever sat on the bench and just watch a game and cancel and don't say anything?
No. Exactly. No. I mean, Marcelo Bielsa.
It is virtually impossible for a coach in a matter.
Marcelo Bielsa cover more distance than his players by walking the sideline in his technical area. He never kept quiet.
and you think about the game, you watch the game, who are the danger man? You have to instruct your players them same way. So when they get instruction on before the game and at halftime, you still have to mark your door. Sometimes the instructions given at halftime change the whole atmosphere of the game, second half. Because the players them get a new sense of direction. Them really hear from the coach now if you say, who do this, who do that, who not do that. Yeah. But me not
That
believe in
Haiti game was a good example.
But listen, you gotta understand. There are assistant coaches, and I'm pretty much sure I hear their voices sometimes. So maybe the instruction is coming from him to the assistant coach to them, because the assistant coach might have a louder voice to get the point across. You have to,
and that's why I'm saying.
because
That's why I'm
sometimes
saying.
my assistant coach does that.
No, but the coach Devon may understand that. But you see, when them hear you as a man were in charge, it's a different output.
I also understand that, because
all right, at halftime, are you going to tell the coach the assistant instruction to give the players? Are you off it?
No. That's different.
I see him.
That's different. When you go in, then you have to take charge. And I'm pretty much sure, he issues his instruction.
And when they're on the field, you have to take charge.
Coach, there are games that my team is playing. And if I get up off my bench 5 times, it's 5 times too much. You know why? Because I prepare my team for the game at hand. They know what to do. If there is something not going, you will see me get up and says, get back to basics. And they understand. Okay?
So now that Mr. Coach Devon, the coach we have a signal or a sound when tell them, so they can understand if them are go out of line, if the shape a breakdown, if whatever happen. You have to talk. If you do it 5 times, you still have to attack. And that 5 times can be effective.
Coach Porter, can I ask you a question at this juncture?
Yes, go ahead.
CD, you can pipe in viewers and subscribers likewise, and the third panelist who is below.
We can chime in.
A third panelist here called me, boss? No, sir.
I use the word pipe in, P-I-P-E, but you want chime, no problem. No. Coach Porter, who is that panelist, by the way? Good night, panelist, fellow panelist.
This is the leader, sir.
Oh, good night, Mr. Maxwell.
The leader.
Mr. Maxwell?
I'm hearing you.
The man who leads from the front.
Leader. The man will lead behind the camera.
Coach Porter and Mr. Maxwell. It's coming after the point that we've just been reasoning. What's your stance on players coming on board time after time, not only speculation, but actively being pursued or encouraged to join the Reggae Boyz leading up to the Copa America? We know the names at the moment, and we probably have a bag of more names going forward towards the World Cup campaign. You know that Coach Jaime, time after time, he's acknowledged that as an international manager, you only have certain amount of time to work and prepare with the players, giving them tactics, giving them the philosophy, and working with them. Coach Porter, you mentioned about you'd like to see more players around the box and around the ball when Jamaica are on the attack. We know we've got issues with the midfield, but how concerned are you? Are you an advocate of having a set number of players that you're keen to work with as often as possible, so that they're all singing from the same page and get it into almost their DNA how the Reggae Boyz are going to play under his watch? How much of an advocate of that approach are you? Because I'm sure Coach Jaime knows that work needs to be done. We don't have the natural gifted CDM players, the creative players to make the transition. Ravel seems to be on the sidelines. So there's a lot of work to be done. But isn't it easier or a better way, potentially, this is what I'm asking you, to work with a certain number of players? I'm not saying a fixed number, but a certain number of players that you keep on going to, developing them. The Croy Anderson may be one for the future. But speak, sir. Gents.
Yes and no, because we don't have that luxury like some other countries, say England per se. So yes, if you look at what the coach has right now, he's not changing his team a whole lot, but there are one and two players coming in here and there, like an Anderson, and it will keep on happening until we find the right blend, and then going into qualifiers, then he should have a stable set of players that he says, okay, these are the players that we're gonna work with. And if somebody gets injured, somebody falls into a card problem, he knows where the next one is. You understand? So you have to work with a number of players until you find that blend of players that's going to take us to the next level. Now, when we're in qualifiers, unless somebody comes out of the woodwork, which you say, wow, then you should just keep the core players, and because they understand your system, they understand each other, and go forward with them.
Leader, what you say? Leader.
Okay, yeah, man, I'm here, man. Okay, look here, quick. For me, I see exactly what the coach is doing, because you could see the template coming, that when the Gold Cup was coming up, he wanted to use that period leading into the Gold Cup to get the new players there, and then introduce them into the style, and then some of them get themselves set. We saw that with Latibodir coming in that period, and him almost getting himself set. Bernard, also, we saw the same thing there, right? And then with Demarai Gray, even though he was in that camp before, but he came in and he was with the team for the extended. So those are three people who have come into the core, right? And we have seen him look at Russell and said, okay, not right now. So we see what the coach is doing. He's minus and subtracting. Javian Brown, for me, it was obvious to me from the last set of matches that it wasn't just pass, he was passing on him. I think he has seen enough, and he has his everything now in that. The main person was basically going to be Limbikisa, and he had the other youngster that got injured and has gone back to be probably the alternate for that series. Limbikisa is back, right? You still have, they still have some little issues with the wing backs, but you see what he's able to do, a little changing around. And I see where Latibodir, Coach Porter, I see you have Latibodir there, so you're having him as the right back.
Yes, I have him as the right back in this.
And that's where he normally plays.
Yes.
Very good. But, that's one of the things the coach had. He's still looking for that perfect person for the right back. And also left back. Limbikisa gives you options in that he can play both sides, right? So he's a player that whenever you pick in your squad, you always have him there. The only other thing now that we're seeing is for that central midfield that has been giving us problem for years under different coaches. But Coach Porter, one question here to know. I mentioned that you could see when the coach is easing out a player. I mentioned it with Javian Brown, that he used him for a period, and then now, unfortunately, there's an injury that carried him back. Maybe injury would have taken him out, but I didn't see Javian Brown starting in this series either. So I say this to get around to Damian Lowe. Coach Porter, in the Haiti match, Lowe didn't finish the match, did he?
No,
Bernard came on for him, right?
Bernard came on for him.
Bernard is a similar player to Lowe, right? I have advocated for Hector for a while because I kept saying Hector has always done fairly well at championship and those other levels to promote teams, and he has been the top player at that level. However, he hits a glass ceiling most time when he reaches the Premiership. So Jamaica has never really had Hector at where he plays best at. And he played well the other day at centre half. So I wouldn't be moving Hector from there. It's either
But
Hector coming.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's
Leader,
either Hector.
the only
Yeah.
the reason why I have Bernard and Lowe playing the centre back, if you remember the Gold Cup, those were the two that plays in the Gold Cup at centre back, and they have a chemistry together. Hector didn't play centre back with Lowe at no point playing for Jamaica. Now, with Hector aerial present and the little bit of steel that he brings, yes, we played him
He's slow.
out of position in defensive midfield, but you have to remember that when he was playing the defensive midfield, there wasn't this quality around him. So now players complement players. So putting Hector now to do the dirty work in midfield with DJ, who has a little bit of flair and instrumental, can get the ball forward and can pass well, then that's why I have Hector and DJ in the middle.
Coach Porter, one other thing, guys, you are going to take on here now. The Hector and Bernard is the first time they were playing together, and they didn't do badly. Hector and Lowe, although not playing in that same position, they have played on teams together.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Systems. And the reason why I'm going to say systems, they come from the same country. They basically plays a system, so they understand the way, and this is the reason why they click.
Mm-hmm. Well, one more thing.
I would change Bernard and Hector.
I wouldn't either. I would continue with them.
Yeah,
I would continue. Either going to have Hector and Bernard or Hector and Lowe. I can't have the two of them out there. So for me, who I will have in my central two is how did Kevra Anderson and Johnson look to you, Coach Porter? Tell me that now. And
Kira,
Coach Lindsay, I want your opinion too.
Listen. Kira, needless to say a lot about Kira, but he has done what he has done, and good luck for him for the future, because he is definitely one for the future. I don't need to elaborate on it, but here is where we're going to have a little issue in the Haiti game. How many right backs are there
in the team right now? Basically, we have okay, no, we have to remember there are 3 players that have come in now. So basically,
and
we have Latibadier can play right back, is an actual right back.
And here is the thing.
And Limbekisa.
And here is the thing. Yes, Lambekisa is there. Okay? No, Tavan Gray is gone.
Yes.
If Lambekisa starts and you have to make a substitution for Lambekisa, who do you put? Now you're going to take Latibadier out of the midfield to play. He's going to readjust to a game that he's already in to play right back.
Mm-hmm.
Still in
so
the
why
defense.
not
Still
start him? Why not start him at right back? And then you have more options to put somebody in the middle of the park.
But there's no problem there.
That's a probability, that no must happen. So the coach are going to approach it.
Yes, true. Because the game can change.
Right. The coach might approach it with the probability, or he might approach it without the probability of that situation happening. You get what I say? So I don't think that the coach will be preparing totally for something happening to Dexter so he can take out this man or whatever. I don't think so.
Well, the other thing is, coach, is that Dexter is actually the alternate for left back and right back. So maybe it'd be a good thing to keep him there on the bench,
Absolutely.
and then to take him off. Because remember now, you have Richard King there, right? And Richard King going to give you an option there. You understand?
But here's the thing, leader. Here's the thing. Yes, we have Richard King. But have Richard King plays with this team under Jaime Grimson?
He has. Not all of them, but he has. The team that you're looking at there, the only ones he has not played with would be Bernard, Latiba there.
He wasn't at the Gold Cup, remember?
No, I know, but I'm just telling you who he has not played with. He's only about 3. He has played a number of matches with them. Because remember, most of these guys were already there. A lot of them were there, So there are just a couple guys who are basically still new. So he has been there and thereabouts. He wouldn't be starting, but we're looking at options. Because what this team you have here, the only difference that I would have is I would have Hector staying with Bernard, Arlo, and Kerai. Definitely, I want to see him again in that midfield. Because what he carries, the work rate that he carries, I can have him there and have somebody else like a Johnson or even if a Ravel. No, this is the type of player I need there with a Ravel, a workhorse that can help a little bit in progressing the ball.
Tell them to put some respect on my name now, leader.
No, man, yeah, it all the time, man. But look here, last thing I'm going to say is that when they mention about bringing in players, the plan is if you want a donkey to move, you have a carrot out there. So the only thing you're going to help to get some of these guys is the promise of playing against in the Copa America. What's that?
Donkey eat carrot?
Well, okay. I don't know. But anyway, the incentive that we want to take to attract players before, although the World Cup is there, we're looking at Copa America. So when that is one of the things, that even hearing rumors coming out, Mason Greenwood and the allure of that is going to be the final time, Coach Hal Grimson is going to have any alterations to the squad. Anybody coming in, and I hope a certain person that is on here now doing work and try so best we can get everybody sorted out for that period, because we will be going as far as I see, because we have 2 bites of the cherry once after Sunday, because we definitely look like we're going to finish the best first place team, right? So we look like Costa Rica, and for me, Costa Rica at this stage is the best time for us to get them. They're in the sort of transition is the best time. So better than Canada. So better we can't finish first. It looks like Trinidad is going to be able to finish ahead of us in that aspect. And I don't have a problem there. Right? So, and once we go to the Copa America, you're going to see that interest that comes up even more. So after November, all systems go to get everything sorted out. Who can come down for Christmas or any next break that can come starting out them documents down here. JFF, deal with it. Right? Coach Porter, if there's anybody you can encourage, do it.
Me say person dep on a line, or dep on a show or deal with that.
No, man, no. Well,
and then you have JFF.
So you don't add in, well. Anyway,
Maya try implicate this show that
implicate nobody, man. We're just giving encouragement to everybody. Because we know you out there in the thing, and I'm sure if you know people that might be in the diaspora that you can encourage. So
and Richard is in that big place.
Yeah, man. So we definitely want to make sure, because after Copa America, that's it. It don't make much sense to try make any tweaks at that stage. That's it.
Unless you find one that you say, wow.
one
Yeah.
or so. But you can't have if he if that wow doesn't get his papers in line by then, we'll
Oh no.
wait for him.
Yes.
We'll wait for him.
So the door I go shut then, basically. Yeah, that's what I say.
No man,
No,
we're going to
the
wait
door
for
is
that
never
one
shut.
person
No,
just in
hold
case.
on, no, man. You not tell me nothing, man. Me, I want to say no. Want to say after Cooper, who not get them documents can stay. So I'm asking if the door is gonna be shut by then.
No, no. As leader says, he will wait on that wall. If
So that means that the door not shut after Cooper then.
the door will not be shut because you know players. Players come out of the woodwork and open your eyes. So you the door is not shut, but it's a little bit ajar.
So hold on. We are gonna have any wow out there right now.
Somebody's gonna somebody's gonna peep inside there, eh?
Yeah, man. We're waiting for it, man. We're waiting. We're waiting for that wow moment. It's going
Yes.
to be big.
I'm a little concerned, I'm a little concerned with all due respect because all this biblical talk, last boat, Noah's Ark, thoughts are crossing my mind. And when we're looking at the Palestine-Israel situation, my Christian friends are telling me, say, we're in the last days. What really are going on? You should supposed to be grinning your teeth at this time.
What? Oh,
Not you, CD, not you in this instance.
well, look like
See-
you have a problem. Look like you have a problem with people grinning,
Listen, Richard.
Noah's Ark,
in
Did you know that
allergies.
laughter is medicine,
my heart goes out for people in the war-torn areas.
My Lord.
Because we don't want to be in that predicament. And I mean, God knows what's happening, and He is probably the only one that can stop it. It has been going on for centuries, and hopefully, people open up their eyes and realize and says, "Listen, this world is not theirs. It was created by God, and we all need to live together and try to get along." That word, getting along, it's a big word. And I don't know why people can't get along.
Well, for me,
there's a
that's
lull.
yes, there's a lull. I think, yeah, man. Somebody passed through a while ago, man.
Who
Yeah.
Right
that?
thing to say. Yeah, man.
Who
Yeah.
passed through?
Listen, the great Madiba was at a press conference and he asked a question and the whole room went quiet. And he turned to the gentleman who was asking him the question and said, "What happened? Did I paralyze you?" So maybe what I said just now, it went through and everybody was just thinking, what's going on in the world, the Ukrainian Russia war, what's happening in the Gaza Strip right now. From I was a little boy, that war being going on between Palestine and Israel, until the father intervened and says, "Listen, man, have more love for each other." Then, maybe it will continue until after us.
There were levels to this thing, Coach. I think you'd appreciate Coach Porter. There are levels to this thing. Humanity and, of course, football. There are levels. And what you said was well said. And it is absolutely right that we have pause for thought. This is why they say sometimes that sport is like war, but without the violence or the blood. This is why it's sometimes good to appreciate the reasoning and the toing and froing and the words exchanged. Because ultimately, here as Jamaican Reggae Boyz fans, football fans, sports fans, we're not aiming blows, physical blows at each other. We're not looking to do harm to each other. We're expressing how we feel, how the sport and the action makes us feel. It gives us a sense of bonding, a sense of significance, importance. But it's amazing how people's minds are wired and how people see the world. I went to a conference, and it was on emotional well-being, and resilience was one of the key phrases that came out of this. Emotional well-being, being resilient and being patient. It's not easy for human beings, but it can make an awful difference, not just to young people, but big people like us. And how we're wired and how we see the world, it's incredible how someone can see the loss of life being justified, the loss of life not being justified, one being more important than another. Crazy. Whether it's a bomb, whether it's bullets, Lord have mercy. A life is a life, surely. Reasoning and peace, so easily said, Coach Porter, but so hard to achieve.
I tell you something, Richard.
Coach Porter, when you answer, Richard, there's also a question on the screen that you can answer as well. Go ahead.
Okay. I tell you something, Richard. When Simons came to Jamaica in 1994, I think it was, and I think we played the United States in the stadium. I think it was in December. Leader should know about that. If I'm wrong, let me know, leader. And Jamaica was in a sense of bother. The crime, you have turf wars and everything. And when it came on to football and the national team started winning, I can remember after we lost that game to the United States and then the Jamaica team started winning, we started having full stadiums. I think it pans back up to 2002. Jamaica went unbeaten 40-something games in that national stadium. That's the reason why that national stadium renamed the office. And I can remember I went to every game that plays into that national stadium. And when football was playing, you never hear anything about crime. Am I wrong, leader, or am I right? Is leader still there?
I wonder if Rapture took him.
Yeah, about crime, but it never saw upon a wide scale discussion as the football in that time.
Oh, okay. I mean, who is the farmer? Oh, I see the initial. Here's the thing. I cannot answer that question at this moment. All I have to say is let's wait and see. I am happy for him playing football again. And as he scored his first goal, I think he set up about 3 goals already or 2. And there's a smile back on his face. You never know what will happen. You never know what will happen. But I am also having a smile on my face to that question. Because all things are possible. And I leave it at that.
Coach Porter, I was speaking to A cousin of mine, Jamaican brethren, big up yourself, Papa D. Big up yourself each and every time. And we were reasoning about the state of Jamaican football, and I mentioned the results and the expectation levels of Reggae Boyz fans in general. And he said, and he's always pretty much on the money, he said, hey, what, Richard, if you want to understand Jamaican football and Jamaican people in general, remember this. If they have an issue with the midfield of Jamaica and they see that ball now drop and they're not playing the same way they see the players in the Premier League playing, or all them man tell them says, hey, what, them the players out there so what drop ball, them better find the level. I said, wait a minute, but suppose they're not capable. He said, look, even if they see with their own eyes that the player, a Joe Latibode, Kevin Lambert, is not a Casemiro or not a Gomares, is not a Calvin Phillips, is not a Declan Rice. All the man tell them says, look here, we'll watch football from what day you know, and at them the levels we look for. So you better find it in yourself. Somehow, somewhere. I had to laugh. He laughed loudly with me. I said, are you serious? He said, yeah, man. See him with track and field. If a man lose to somebody who fast like Usain Bolt, member said that man no say him gonna get a bag of beating and said, wait, you think that man for beat you? Next race, member, you better go beat that man there, sir. Somewhere, somehow, you better find that talent. You better find that ability from somewhere. Are our expectations way too high? Is that the kind of Jamaican fan that we have in general? And is this what Coach Jaime needs to be mindful of, but call it only so much noise? Because ultimately, him, along with Meron Gordon and John Wall and the coaching staff, they know what they're looking for, and they need to be mindful and respectful of the noise, of the opinions, but ultimately, they know what they have at their disposal, and they are professional enough to focus on what they need to do to get the job done ultimately. Speak, sir, before I mention Mr. Raymond Anderson, and I don't want to go there, Lord have mercy.
But Richard,
Where you mention Raymond Anderson for? The man was
You know-
a leader.
You know, hear what me say?
The man was a leader.
Richard, and it is hard to compare players because players are made up differently. And I always say one thing: players complement players. Players around you can make you better, looks better.
Absolutely. Very good point. Go ahead.
You know, so I am comfortable with the progress that we are making. And I know one day we will get to the levels where we're supposed to be and people start respecting us. Right now, the world is looking in at us, what we are doing. From that Gold Cup, everybody, and Demi coming into this team wakes up CONCACAF because he's a quality player, and you don't know which other player is gonna trad with him soon or later. So I'm happy where we are right now. I am very happy where we are right now.
Police
Got to hear that.
What was that, coach?
I say police are come for your comment after you finish me here.
Oh, yeah. The ambulance that.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know one thing that I found something quite not amusing, but I reflected. I fell asleep halfway through watching that Grenada Jamaica match. It was late hours of the morning here in London, England. But what I was confident that Jamaica and that lineup would get the job done. I was a little surprised. I saw the likes of Romario Williams in the team. Tavon Gray was in there. But I thought, you know what? Whoever is selected, Coach Jaime Halgrimson and the team, the Reggae Boyz, are set. They'll get the job done. And so they did over the Spice Boys, one way or the other. But the omission of Damien Lowe, my apologies, Damien Lowe, I must say, in my opinion, it's not the end of the world if Damien Lowe is not necessarily the first choice centre-back partner in any particular formation or partnership, coaches. Because I've got a lot of time for Damien Lowe. He's got a lot of qualities. He can be rash, but he's got a lot of qualities. He wears his heart on his sleeve. But when you've got Deshaun Bernard, Michael Hector, who I'm seeing for the first time in Jamaican colours for the first time, up close and personal, very interesting. I think it just adds to the quality of competition. That might raise Damien Lowe's game. It might bring more consistency from him. He might bring out more of the wisdom and experience in his game and take him to potentially that slightly higher level, possibly. So competition for places, in a nutshell, is something that brought a smile to my face. I don't mind if Damien Lowe is not necessarily the first time choice starter, but if he is, I will say, you know what? He deserves his place. And he knows that he's going to be bringing his A game. So either way, I think defensively, I must say, I've got plenty of time for Jamaica. You need to be steely defensively as a team. I agree with Coach Jaime wholeheartedly with that. But yeah, it's just something that crossed my mind. I don't know if you feel the same.
Here is the thing, Richard. Here's the thing. All the fans who think that Damien Lowe was dropped, I am going to say this to you guys. You get it all wrong. You get it all wrong. And here's why I'm going to say you get it all wrong. Look at the bigger picture. Grenada, Haiti. Okay? I would call it that Damien Lowe was given a night off, a rest. Every team has a night when they give their leader, star player, or whatever you want to call it, a night off. How many times in basketball you see LeBron James getting a night off? How many times you see Kyrie Irving getting a night off? That is how you manage players. You have to learn to manage players. Who knows? Maybe he picked up a not doing training. Nobody knows. Everybody is just speculating. So I think like a coach, because I am a coach and I have time when I will give certain players a night off in my team. Yes, he might be on the bench in case of emergency, but if I don't need to use him, why use him? Let him enjoy his night off. Come tomorrow, Sunday, when this team is named, going out to Haiti, you come back in this forum and tell me what you think.
Welcome to the
Coach
show,
Porter.
Carla.
Oh, good night, Carla.
Yeah. Welcome.
Bless her.
Long time I
Yeah, man, you're live on the show.
right. I'm just throwing my little my 2 cents, as I call it. I don't know. I'm reading through the comment section. I don't know why people feel like if you most 2 persons in the comment section supposed to be watching football. And if you look at Man City, Pep has a rotation system. No matter how good you are, if you're a player in Pep team, you have to understand that you're not going to play every game. So, in my view, when I watched the game with Grenada the other night, and I saw Damian Lowe not playing, I didn't have a problem because I figured that the most important game here would have been Haiti. And Grenada is a team that I think that we're supposed to have the better hand over. No disrespect to Grenada, but that was an opportunity for me to feel other players who normally wouldn't start. I want to know how these players are going to gel. And not only that, also, you want to make the players happy. That's the main thing, coach. You remember you have about 25 extremely good players. How are you going to make all of them happy? Whisper wasn't in the squad. You don't know what kind of mental state he is in. He's young. He wants to play. His time will come. He might get called up. But we just have to watch to see what's happening with the team. My only problem, coach, is the midfield. I didn't see the dominance in the midfield that I think we ought to have, particularly against a team like Grenada. As a matter of fact, I should see we have more command in the midfield in most of these games. When I look at the group, Jamaica is ahead of most of the teams that we are playing now. And I wasn't surprised at how Haiti performed. I'm going to watch them tomorrow because they are playing in Trinidad here in the stadium. So I'm going to go down to have a look at the game. It's not far from where I live, probably half an hour or so. But I want to see a little more command in the midfield, in that engine room. For some reason, I don't think we have the right combination in the midfield. I remember, this is just a few to the tougher teams that we're going to face. And that is where we always have the issue. We fall short, as we did with semi-finals against Mexico in the World Cup. So my real issue is to see who the names are going to pop up in the midfield and play team of a higher caliber. Because this team is obviously going to go far. I also want to see who we are in a room to gel, because at some point, as one of your guests mentioned, you can't leave the door open all the time, because you have to have a process where you're gelling. The players are going to come together. There are players of international caliber that will automatically gel. One such player for me would have been Demari Gray. Demari came in his side and gel immediately, instantaneously. He didn't have an issue. He just blend in. So we don't know if the other players who have to gel with him.
Coach, I'm going to take a break and come back in. Sorry.
At some point, you're going to say, okay.
Go ahead, Carla. Continue.
Yeah. Greenwood. We don't know the mentality and maturity of these players when they come to the Jamaican setup. We don't want players with arrogance that feel like they're better than the rest. We want players who can spit in and feel like if everybody's just as good as the other. We don't want players with ego on their shoulders. We want players to work as hard. I always talk about Pep because when you're in Pep team, there's no best player. You have to play for your position. That's what I want to see. Every single player. I don't want to hear a player young and you'll see him in the next 5 years. I want to see him now. I want to see every player play for their position. And perhaps we may have a more competitive midfield. But my problem right now, coach, is the midfield. I don't know what you guys think, what ideas you all have for the midfield. But I want to see that second line of defense in front of those three defenders who are in holding midfield position and not comfortable there at all. The ball handling, the ball keeping. I would be inclined to drop back Leon Bailey a little bit in the midfield because of his ball handling, and he likes to hold the ball. I don't want to see Mikel overwork. I want to see him in a position where he could just function. He's strong. He could function and he could win them second balls and move and play out. I have confidence in the those three up front. Bobby Reed and Leon and Whisper and Mikel. But I'm inclined no, because I'm not seeing a real commanding midfielder. I don't know if you guys remember this boy called Badas from way back in the 80s for Jamaica, Anthony Corbett. I don't know if any of you would have known that name.
No, I know the
He
name,
was
but
a
I don't know the player.
yeah, man. That man, well, if you go back and you watch some slides with him, that man was a commanding midfielder. He dictated the play, he calmed down the play, he played, he controlled the flow of the game, the pace. We don't have that yet. Probably we are to do what the Brazilian and create a player like that. Remember, when Simons took Ricardo Gardner and made him into a left back, Ricardo was a midfielder. And that is and Ricardo went into England as a very, very good left back. He was originally a midfielder. So me, the coach, need to kind of have a nucleus of players that you're gonna assess now and decide where they're gonna play. Remember, a player could come as an attacking midfielder, and when you look at him in the Jamaican setup, he may not necessarily be attacking midfielder. He may be a player that you need to be a holding midfielder. You get what I'm saying? Because remember, we're missing something there. We have to lock that midfield. We have to get more compactness in that midfield. For we to play these stronger teams, we need to have more possession in the midfield. Win the second ball in 10, 15 seconds after we lose it. So our attack could look more potent because you see, the best form of defense for me is attack. The defense is okay for now until we start to play England, Germany, Holland, these big teams. That's where we have to be looking at now, We can't be fighting up with these teams anymore. No disrespect to them, But we have to move. We have to start to beat America easily and Mexico. That's the only two teams that we'll beat them today, then we'll lose tomorrow. Costa Rica, we have the better than Guatemala and so on. I watched the game yesterday with Guatemala and Trinidad. And the Trinis are playing extremely good with a young team. And I noticed that the coach changed his tactics a bit. Because they were playing a bit too defensive when they played in the Gold Cup. They were playing more attacking. They came from 2 down and 1-3-2. If they continue to play like that with a young team, and when this team try to gel, we have a superior team in terms of individual talent. We ain't supposed to have no problem with this team, coach. We're supposed to play in 11 and beat any team in the Caribbean, and by extension, come back except for Mexico and USA right now. So, what you guys think? That's just my contribution.
All right, big up yourself, Carl. What's your prediction on the score?
I would say 2-1 or 1-0.
In favor of who?
Yeah. Of Jamaica. Jamaica should do it. Jamaica has a thing with this field here in Port of Spain. I don't know if Haiti ever played in this ground. So Jamaica has more experience in playing on this ground. So I'm gonna have to go with Jamaica there.
So
Haiti is a fighting team, right? The mentality, but it should not be difficult for we to play to beat these teams.
Yeah.
With any level that we pick from the 25 that we have. There's no point I'm making.
All right. So since you're going to be in the stadium, we're going to call on you for some, what do you call it now? Live feedback from the game tomorrow. So we showed you
yes, man, yeah, man,
time, so you can tell us what is happening where the game is concerned.
All right, man, sure.
All right,
No problem. Yeah, man. Okay.
All right, cool.
Respect, Tyler.
Drop your score line. Big up yourself, Trap Boss. Drop your score line in the comment section. We're gonna close off the show now. You see a man we say my mogul just a come in a dance like say him run things, but I done the show, I done.
Jaja. Score, all right, here one. I'm gonna give me a score prediction and
Yeah.
May I give me score prediction? I want to go 2 cents. Pan 2 ball I'm here say we're bringing a 4-player Ming King. We're bringing one Ming, one King,
Angling.
one Angling.
That's you.
Our Antonio.
Our Antonio. So we're bringing 4 players, right? I am still here, still trying to figure out how CFAS could make the team when Mir says ticket problems. But see, we're bringing 4 players, so it's cheaper to buy the ticket for them player. But anyway, that I find as like like for me, that part is not, they're not being truthful because we know coach. Look at what we know. We know CFAS plays in Turkey, right? We know there's an international window coming up, right? We know we have 80 versus and Grenada to play. We know all of this information, you know. But we are going to say, some ticket problem. But they just say you never want to buy the ticket for the man. So it's just that if you say
them never want to buy the type of ticket fee.
But say I tell me say him couldn't get coach ticket, economy ticket.
No.
The ball don't want that. Me not feel so because if a player who not get in a game for Jamaica yet, coach. If me a play for Jamaica,
A baller, Virgin. The man a play now. Which part I play football?
Turkish league.
So we're Turkey there.
Now Europe.
European ball, the man a play, man. You can't Lily dog man things. So you talk FCC, man.
But to be honest though, like for me, me not really me come see me. See, me just tell him say here we go on. Make sure my seat have leg room. So buy me a ticket to my seat have leg room. But that does that. But my thing about this coach is I think we can defeat Haiti. Probably can go 2-1 on my score prediction. But my thing about it is that even with all this, I still think say we have to give. Yeah. We have to kind of put the coach on a little bit of pressure, man. Because he need some adjusting need to go on and thing. Because these teams are not the teams that we're going to be battling with come the hexagonal round or probably the octagonal round if them do 8 teams again. Because these teams are not necessarily the teams that are going to be there. The teams that we're going to battle with is the Panamas and the Honduras and the Costa Ricas, and we can't flim-flam with them team. Yeah. We have to show them team and say, we are the Brazil or we're the Argentinas of the Caribbean. So it's Argentina, the World Cup winner. Let us say we have to show them that we are the top man in the Caribbean. But one final thing, Coach, I'm going to say. Coach, have you noticed that of the local players that have gotten picked in the team, none of the players who are playing in the Caribbean Cup right now have gotten picked?
What's your point, CC? Big up
For
yourself.
example,
What's your point?
remember, sir, Harborview on something that did that play there, no?
Cavaliers.
Careful, CC. Y'all lick up on a wall, CC. Careful. Harborview and Cavalier, a team the baller then come from. Careful.
No, but I'm just trying to figure out because
no, you can't try to figure out when you make a bold statement like that. You mispick.
Which
anyway.
No, hold on. No, but coach,
CC, don't conjure the program, you know. We don't tell her that. And Ming and Anglin get picked, and both of them, one in that play for Harborview and one did that play for Cavalier. And man, they say I chat rubbish. And two of them get picked.
Hold on. King play in the Caribbean Cup recently.
King League not too long finish. That's why I'm coming.
No, I say if him play in the Caribbean Cup, we are going.
But you say local player, brother. I mean, I talk about two.
You know, I'm saying of the local players. I say the club that is the man them we are playing in the. All right, let me put it like this.
CC, nobody change the argument.
The players
hold on. No.
Yeah.
The players that were playing in the Caribbean Cup, two of them get picked.
All right, so King played in the Caribbean Cup right now. Where you going?
No, King no play Iceland, brother, and him league finish and him come home.
Ming playing at the Caribbean Cup.
No, Cavalier him play for, brother. And Anglin play for Harborview. Two of them did that play in a competition. What do you, man?
I know, say, I agree before, you know what happened to my coach.
And anyways, Richard Poe, give me your prediction for the game tomorrow.
I wanted to know. I wanted to know what happened to CC. I really wanted to know what happened to him, if he actually had some medication for himself.
Rich Poor, the man, them never get picked, Rich Poor. Them just get picked. Them just get picked.
Anyways,
They
Rich
never
Poor, give
get
me a
picked, them just
prediction.
get picked. Oh God. I am wishing Jamaica well. I'm hoping that they pick up a victory. I'm happy that Coach Jaime said that Jamaica want to go for the win. They're not just settling for the fact that they've qualified. So on that basis, I'm looking for a positive performance and a winning performance against a spirited Haitian team. That can be a 2-0, it can be a 2-1, but I'm looking for more than that. It's the performance. The midfield area always comes up as an issue, and I wanted to speak to Coach Porter more about that. But going forward, I'd love to hear what CC actually makes of the midfield. We've got to deal with what we've got.
Y'all have got to talk about that one next show. I can't know because we are close up.
Everything blessed. Everything blessed. I'd be delighted with a 2-1 victory. If it's 2-0, fantastic, a clean sheet. But a victory for the Reggae Boyz would set them up wonderfully for the forthcoming fixtures. But the performance. We don't want to be beaten by Haiti, and I don't expect us to be beaten by Haiti. That is a done aspiration as far as the Reason Boss and Rich Poor Sports is concerned. Big up yourself. That's my prediction.
All right, big up yourself, people. I hope you're gone point. Anyways, big up yourself, people. Thanks very much for tuning in. Big up to Rich Poor, big up to CC, big up to Devon Porter was on. Big up to everybody who continues to support Coach's Desk. And CC, man, them say a Crab Circle, yes, CC stand for. Them are Arcs, me don't know. If Crab Circle Sports Lab, me don't know. Anyways, big up on yourself, people. Tomorrow the game. See y'all tomorrow. Big up on yourself. Until next time, stay safe. Peace out.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.